He's back, or at least he will be in January 2016. Anybody that was listening to Radio Solent this morning will know that the next campaign is starting soon. I've started promoting it now because I want to hit the ground running in January. It would be nice to have a few things penciled onto the calendar already so I can start planning things around it. That's what slowed the last campaign down, because by the time I built up interest, 1 or 2 months had already gone. So this time round, I gave myself 6 weeks notice. And also, a lot of people will be making New Year's resolutions, which is perfect for me when you find out what the campaign is. The next campaign is called Foggy Does Sport, 5 Continent and 5K Challenge. Now, because Foggy's home country is England, UK, whatever, I want him to do a lot of activities in the UK, but part of the 6-month campaign will be to do a sporting activity, or at least one sporting activity in 5 continents. I'm well aware that there are 7 continents, or well, depending on who you talk to, there's either 6 or 7. But I figure Antarctica would take so long to organise, it would be after the 6 months before anything got done. So that's a no-no. And also a lot of people put Europe and Asia together to make Eurasia, so that's why I've made it 5. So Foggy Does Sport. It could be anything. It could be you are a massive rugby fan and you go and watch your local team. If you could take Foggy along and have his photo taken at the ground would be fantastic, maybe with a player or in the changing rooms, anything like that. Or if you own or run a sports team, if Foggy could join you with your training, have lots of photos taken, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Obviously the next bit is people that want to do things like marathons or fun runs or silly challenges, as long as they're sport related. Obviously you would just do a sponsor form and the beneficiary of any money donated would be Foggy. Just contact me and I'll sort out some kind of sponsor form for you. Or the last thing that I mentioned on the radio this morning is possibly it would be really good to get schools involved, maybe do a school fun day, purely because I don't think many people realise that ME does actually affect, I think it's 25,000 under 25s in the UK. That's a lot of people, and I personally had ME when I was about 14. The youngest person to ever be diagnosed with ME was 2 years old. So if I can get schools to get involved, that would be perfect, and then maybe there'd be a little bit more empathy with the person that's in the class that's always poorly, which used to be me. What I'm asking you to do, if you could contact me via the website mefoggydog.org. It's all set up now, it's fab, I love my new website. There is a contact me button or contact Foggy button. If you could just click that and send me an email, let me know what it is you can do. As I said, it's a global thing, so anywhere in the world, it doesn't have to be UK only. And you just leave it up to me to work out the logistics of when, where, how and why. I just want to know what people can do before I start worrying about the fine details. It will go live mid-January. So if you're thinking of New Year's resolutions and you're thinking, well, I'd quite like to do, I don't know, hiking up Mount Kilimanjaro or something. Oh God, that's a throwback from the last campaign. But you don't know what charity to do it for. Do it for Foggy, or like obviously a fun run or a marathon, etc, etc. Anything you want to do, whether it's swimming, yoga, I'll just let your imaginations go nuts as long as it's sports related. For anyone that doesn't know, the reason ME sufferers can't do sport is we have a thing called post-exertion malaise. Anything that makes our blood, I'll get my words out, it makes our heart race. Even if some people that's getting out of bed, some people that's walking to the end of the street, and other people, they might, like me, I might be able to manage a 20-minute walk, but when I get home I have to lay down for a little bit because I'm flaked out. Which is why, because ME sufferers can't do mind over matter and push ourselves through, because if your brain can't feel your spinal cord and vice versa, and you can't quite feel your limbs, how on earth are you going to do sport? So this is to raise awareness of that. I'd love to have your feedback as well, because I've been thinking about what to do next for the past 5 months, and I had about 5 or 6 different ideas, and this is the one that I've chosen for now. I mean, Foggy loves travelling, so the whole global thing, as well as highlighting the fact that it's a global illness, it kind of makes it a bit more diverse as well, and there's all sorts of sports all over the world, things that we haven't even heard of, so that would be interesting if you could do something. Or if you're going on holiday anywhere from the UK, if you're going on holiday and you know that you're going to be going to a baseball game or a sumo match, or a game match, whatever, possibly you could take Foggy with you. Like I say, it is a photo driven campaign, same as the last one, so anything that he does has to include lots and lots and lots of photos, please. So yeah, so I'm going to go now. I look forward to receiving all of your emails. The target is £5,000 this time, purely because it's half the amount of time as the last one, but I'm optimistic. I think if we get a head start we might break that, but we'll see. Hope you'll get on board, spread the love as much as possible, get people to follow Foggy on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. He's not on Google Plus anymore because I found it incredibly difficult to get people to use that, so that's not happening anymore. But yeah, so I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much for following Foggy, and I hope that you carry on following Foggy. Lots of love. Thank you.